Wow, guys. So it was just announced by ESPN and multiple reports that Lincoln Riley will be leaving Oklahoma to become the USC head football coach. And in my opinion, I don't know what he's thinking, because maybe he'll get paid more, but at the same time, he gets paid millions of dollars a year to coach a better program that can win him a national championship, or at least has a much better chance of doing so compared to USC. I mean, seriously, USC, good. Even if Lincoln Riley was Nick Saban, he couldn't lead USC to 9 wins. That team just isn't good enough. And maybe it'll up recruiting there, but this doesn't, to me, this move makes no sense. The only way it could make sense is if Lincoln Riley is leaving Oklahoma because he wants to try to prove something to people that he is a good coach. But we're talking about the same coach who he has no quarterback, which isn't necessarily his fault, but he doesn't have a real quarterback. Caleb Williams is good, but clearly, as of right now, at least, he hasn't been able to win the big game, and Spencer Rattler has just been terrible this year. So when you add all those variables in together, at least they're better than USC. If you go to USC, you're going to be making maybe a little bit more money, but you're not going to have as much team success, and you're not going to be remembered for anything unless if you can get that recruiting up. So in my opinion, Lincoln Riley has something to prove. He's out here leaving Oklahoma to try to prove that he can build USC to what it once was. He can improve USC to the point where all of the recruiting they're going to get is just going to be increased, and you're going to be just fine, and all of a sudden USC is going to be at the top of the college football food chain again. But I don't see that happening, but I think that's what he's doing. I think he has something to prove, and that's why he left, because other than maybe getting paid maybe an extra $1 million at most in USC, I don't see why he would leave, because right now Oklahoma's the much better program. They're getting slightly better recruiting, and he already has built a culture there. He's built his home there. So if you're an Oklahoma fan, even if you wanted Lincoln Riley to be gone, it has to suck knowing that he left you for the USC Trojans. I mean, he left, and it's in Oklahoma. They're an annual playoff team. They just haven't been good enough, and that could be at the fault of Lincoln Riley. It could be at the fault of the players, and they could just straight up be not better than the number 1 or number 2 ranked team that they usually get to play in the playoffs. It really depends on if they're ranked 3 or 4, which usually they're number 4 or number 3. But like I said, the only way this makes sense to me is if Riley is using this as a way to try to prove something, as an experiment. And it's either going to go very well or it's going to go horribly wrong. And in my opinion, he's just going to take this team to 8-4 at best. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. But this is breaking news. The USC position has been filled with none other than what probably is a shocker, considering that he at least in the short term, took a downgraded position when it comes to team success. And Lincoln Riley has left Oklahoma University, and he is going to USC.